Hello students, this is Dr. Rajneesh Kumar, Associate Professor in NIT Pharmacy Institute. So, I am again in front of you with another lecture on Unit 4 of Pharmaceutical Organic Chemistry seconds. The code of the subject is BP 202T. So, dear students, we have till now we have discussed about the carbonyl compounds introduction. Then we have also discussed about the properties of the carbonyl compounds. We have discussed about the reaction, mainly nucleophilic addition reaction, which are given by the which are given by the carbonyl compounds, or you can say that nucleophilic addition reactions are the characteristic property of the carbonyl compounds. So, we have discussed the mechanism, general mechanism. Then we also have discussed about the qualitative tests used for the identification of the aldehyde and ketones. Okay, how can we differentiate aldehyde and ketone? Then in consequences, we have also discussed about some name reaction as per our syllabus. For example, aldol condensation, cross aldol condensation, Cannizzaro reactions, cross Cannizzaro reactions, then benzoin condensation reactions and the Perkin condensation reactions were also being discussed. So, again just for the reminder, I just want to tell you that when you go for the study of those name reaction, just study by comparison of those reactions. You find that all of them belongs to the nucleophilic addition reaction, means there is generation of a nucleophile. Nucleophile may be different in benzoin condensation or the Perkin or the aldol, and most of the reactions went in the presence of base. Okay. So, in continuation with those topics, now we just focus on the another topic of or you can say another important topic of the unit 4 of the Pharmaceutical Organic Chemistry second BP 202, that is structure and use of formaldehyde and the paraldehydes. Okay. So, without wasting any time, let us start. So, the first molecule we will discuss is formaldehyde. Okay. Here you can see this is the structure of the formaldehyde like this. This is the formyl group, okay, CHO, aldehyde group you can say, and in place of R we have added hydrogen. Okay. So, this is the structure of formaldehyde. It is naturally occurring compounds, okay, with the formula of CH2O, which can also be written as HCHO, okay, with systematic IUPAC name as methanol. You know about if formaldehyde, if aldehyde is present, we are using a suffix al, okay, and H is present. So, it is methanol. One carbon is present, so it is methanol. The pure compound is a pungent smelling colorless gas that polymerized spontaneously into the paraformaldehyde. Hence, it is stored as an aqueous solution, formalin, very important you can say solution. Okay. It is being used in numerous you can say occasions. Okay. We will discuss later on. It is the simplest of the aldehyde, that is RCHO, R is equal to H. The common name of this substance comes from the its similarity with and relation to formic acid. So, like formic acid is RCOH, H, R is equal to H. So, it becomes HCOH, that is formic acid. Likewise, aldehyde RCHO, if R become H, it becomes HCHO. So, likewise, if we as we named formic acid, in the same manner we have also named formaldehyde. Okay. Now, coming to the next. So, formaldehyde can adopt several diverse forms. Okay. I mean to say that formaldehyde can be present in different form in environment or in nature in our surroundings. These compounds can often be used interchangeably and can be interconverted. What are these forms? These are the first of all molecular formaldehyde. What is molecular formaldehyde actually? A colorless gas with a characteristic pungent irritating odor. It is stable at about 150 degrees centigrade. Point should be noted. The stability of molecular formaldehyde depend on the temperature. It is stable at about 150 degrees temperature, but polymerizes when condensed to a liquid. Okay. The next form of formaldehyde is 1,3,5 trioxane. Okay. It is represented as CH2O ka whole thrice. Okay. Means 3 moles of formaldehyde get together to form 1,3,5 trioxane. It is a white solid that dissolve without degradation in organic solvent. It is a trimer as I told you of molecular formaldehyde. So, 3 mole of formaldehydes get together to form 1,3-trioxane. Okay. The next form in which formaldehyde can be exist as paraformaldehyde, which is represented as OH CH2 N means it is a polymer, n number of monomers are joined together to form paraformaldehydes. It is a white solid again that is insoluble. Okay. 1,3,5 trioxane is a white solid that dissolve without degradation, while paraformaldehyde is a polymer white solid insoluble in most of the solvent, or this is a difference in between solubility difference in the solubility in between 1,3,5 trioxane and the paraformaldehyde. The next form in which formaldehyde can exist as methanediol. So, as the name suggests, there is an introduction of hydroxyl group, diol, 2 hydroxyl group actually. So, it can exist as CH2 OH2 ka whole twice. This compound also exists in equilibrium with the various oligomers, okay. Short polymers, oligomers means short polymers. More than two monomers are added together to form new compounds are known as the oligomers, depending on the concentration and the temperature. Okay. These are the structure of these 4 different form in which formaldehyde can exist. This is monomeric formaldehyde as we have discussed. It is having the same structure as the formaldehyde have. Then trioxane, as you can see, it is a cyclic compounds, 6 membered cyclic compounds. Okay. 3 oxygen are present in the ring. Then paraformaldehyde, as you can see, and so this is a polymer. It is formed by the addition of, or you can say by the joining of 8 to 100 monomers of formaldehyde together. Then we are having methanediol, in which 2 hydroxyl group are added on the carbon. So, a saturated water solution of about 40% formaldehyde by volume or 37% by mass is called 100% formalin. Very important solution which is being used to preserve the tissue. A small amount of stabilizer such as methanol is usually added to the suppress oxidation and polymerization. Okay. Methanol is being added to increase its stability, okay, so that it cannot be polymerized. It is acting as a stabilizer in this case methanol. A typical commercial grade formalin may contain 10 to 12% methanol in addition to various metallic impurities. Okay, very important point. Then formaldehyde was first used as a genetic trademark in 1893 following a previous trade name formalin. Okay. Now, now coming to the application of the formaldehyde. So, first of all industrial applications. So, formaldehyde is a common precursor to more complex compound and materials. It is the simplest aldehyde as I told you, which can be used as a precursor to synthesize more bigger, you can say, or more complex molecules. In approximate order of decreasing consumption, products generated from the formaldehyde include urea formaldehyde resins, very important, okay, which is being used to to prepare like a tennis ball, tennis ball, pool ball and many others, okay, where we need tough metals, melanin resins, phenol formaldehyde resins, polyoxymethylene plastics, 1,4-butanediol and methylene diphenyl diisocyanate. The textile industry used formaldehyde based resin as finisher to make fabrics grease resistant. Okay. When treated with phenol, urea or melamine, formaldehyde produce respectively hard thermoset phenol formaldehyde resin, urea formaldehyde resin and melamine resins. These polymers are permanent adhesive used in the plywood and the carpenting. So, very important molecules are being prepared by use of formaldehyde. Now, formaldehyde is also a precursor of polyfunctional alcohols such as pentaerythritol, which is used to make paints and explosives. Other formaldehyde derivatives include methylene diphenyl diisocyanate, an important component in polyurethane paints and foams, and hexamine, which is used in phenol formaldehyde resins. Again, formaldehyde can also be used as disinfectant and biocides. So, how? An aqueous solution of formaldehyde can be useful as disinfectants as it kills most bacteria and fungi, including their spores. So, very effective, very effective disinfectants. The formaldehyde is. It is also used as an additive in vaccine manufacturing to inactivate toxins and pathogens. So, you can just analyze about the formaldehyde's importance. Okay. It is very important molecules. Okay. So, now coming to the some legal points of view on formaldehydes. So, formaldehyde is also approved for use in the manufacturing of animal feeds in the US. It is an antimicrobial agent, as I have told you in the previous slide, which is being used to maintain complete animal feeds or feed ingredients salmonella negative for up to 21 days. I mean to say that if we add formaldehyde into the animal feed, it can kill the salmonella strain and make that particular feed free of salmonella up to the 21 days, very effective antimicrobial agents. Formaldehyde preserves or fixes tissue or cells, as I told earlier. The process involves cross linking of primary amino group. The European Union has banned the use of formaldehyde as a biocides, including embalming under the biocidal products directive due to its carcinogenic properties. So, this is the point of concern, that it is also having some carcinogenous properties. So, because of that it is being banned to be used widely. So, in photography, formaldehyde is used to low concentration for the process C41, that is color negative films. Now, these films have little roles, as everything is being digital, but whoever is going for the photography, film photography. So, they can use formalin or formaldehyde in low concentration for the fixation, or you can say stabilization of the film. Okay. I mean to say stabilizer in the final wash step, as well as in the process E6 pre-bleach step to make it unnecessary in the final wash. So, I am again want to tell you that it is a very important molecule, have a variety of role in industry as well as in human, you can say as a microbial antimicrobial agents, okay, as insecticides. Now, the next molecule is paraldehyde. So, paraldehyde is the cyclic timer of the acetaldehyde molecules and belongs to the family of aldehydes. As the name suggests, you can better understand. Its chemical formula is C6H12O3, okay, and the structure you can see over there here. You can see cyclic structure, 6 membered, 3 of 6 members are oxygens, okay. No double bonds in the ring. Then IUPAC name of the paraldehyde is 2,4,6 trimethyl 1,1,3 trioxane. 3 methyl group is there. So, 2,4,6 trimethyl, okay, and 1,1,3 trioxane. It is a colorless liquid with sweet odor and boiling point of paraldehyde is 128 degrees centigrade. It is strongly soluble in water and highly soluble in ethanol. So, solubility is good. Paraldehyde slowly oxidize in air, turning brown and producing an odor of acetic acid. So, it should be prevented by you can say exposition to the atmosphere. It quickly react with the most plastics and the rubber. Okay. So, very reacting molecules. Now, paraldehyde was first observed in 1835 by German chemist known as Justus Liebig. Okay, very you can say discovered very early, okay, in 18th century. Its empirical formula was determined in 1838 by Liebig's students Hermann Fehling. Paraldehyde was first synthesized in 1848 by German chemist Valentin Hermann Wiedenbusch. Okay. Another student of the Liebigs, he obtained paraldehyde by treating acetaldehyde with acid, either sulfuric or the nitric acid. So, you see that it is a team of Justus Liebig which focused on paraldehyde related discovery. Okay. Justus Liebig discovered, or you can say observed paraldehyde in 1835. After that, its two students, that is Hermann Fehling and Valentin Hermann Wiedenbusch, okay, added their contribution in the discovery of formula of paraldehyde as well as the you can say synthesis of the paraldehyde. Okay. Now, paraldehyde was introduced in clinical practice in the UK by Italian physician Vincenzo Carvalho in 1882. So, after much time of its discovery, it was added as a medicinal agent for the treatment. Okay. It is a CNS depressant and was soon found to be an effective anticonvulsant, okay, hypnotic and sedative. So, very important molecules when we are talking about the nervous system disease. It is acting as a CNS depressant, as it is having a properties of CNS depressant. So, it can also be used in the protection of seizures. So, because of that it is being used as anticonvulsant or the anti-epileptic. Depression is caused by the hypnotic and sedative actions. Okay. So, it was included in some cough syrup, cough medicines as an expectorant, though there is no known mechanism for the function beyond the placebo effects. So, at that time the physician added paraldehyde as a part of cough medicines, but till now no mechanism have been established to establish its role in getting removal from the cough, okay, as an expectorant. Now, paraldehyde is also used in resin manufacturing, as we have seen in case of formaldehyde. Okay, phenol formaldehyde resins, we are getting urea formaldehyde resins. So, paraldehyde can also be used in resin manufacturers. It is also used as a preservative. It is also being used in the treatment of epilepsy, as I told you, because it is having sedative and hypnotic property. Then it is used as an effective central nervous system depressant. I have talked you earlier. It is also used in the preparation of aldehyde fission dyes, very important, very important. Then it is also used as solvent in industry. Okay. So, although paraldehyde is not having much use when we compare it with formaldehyde, till then it is also important, having little role in resin manufacturing as compared with the you can say formaldehydes. Formaldehyde is widely used as a preservative or disinfectants or antimicrobial, while paraldehyde is having little use as a preservatives. As the anti-epileptic agents it is used, while formaldehyde do not have any use of this type. Okay. It provides protection against the seizure because it is having sedative and hypnotic properties. By that it can depress the CNS, because of that it provides protection to the seizures. So, you can say at that time it is a very it was considered as very good anti-epileptic agents. Then aldehyde fission dyes. So, कलरिंग मटेरियल के तौर पे भी इसका यूज़ होता है. देन एज ए सॉल्वेंट इंडस्ट्री पैराल्डिहाइड इज बीइंग यूज. सो वेरी important topic. I just want to revise, I just want to remind you about the important topic in formaldehyde. So, first of all, formaldehyde can exist in four different forms. One is molecular formaldehydes, the second is 1,3,5 trioxane, which is a trimer. Okay. Then formaldehyde can be existed as paraformaldehyde and methendiol. Okay. Molecular formaldehyde is the most common, which is stable up to 150 degree centigrade temperature. Okay. It polymerizes when condensed to the liquids. Okay. Okay. In gas form, it is not polymerized, it is present as a monomer up to 150 degree centigrade. When it condenses, it will be polymerized into the liquid. Okay. The next is 1,3,5 trioxane. Trimer is the trimer of molecular formaldehyde. You can see there, as the name suggests, 1,3,5 trioxane. Okay. White solid है, dissolve हो जाता है आराम से. Then coming to the next form, that is paraformaldehyde. You can see the structure of paraformaldehyde. Again it is a white solid, but now it is insoluble in most of the solvent. The next form of the formaldehyde is methendiol, where you can see 2-hydroxyl and or hydroxyl group is being added to the carbonyl carbon. So, this compound also exists in equilibrium with the various oligomers. Oligomers means short polymers depending on the concentration and the temperature. So, these are the four important forms of formaldehyde in which it exists. You have to remember the structure also. Here monomeric formaldehyde, the simple structure of formaldehyde, that is SCHO. Then we come to the trioxane. So, it is a trimer, means the polymer. Your three monomers are joined together in and form a ring like structure. So, 3 oxygen atom are part of the 6-membered ring. Okay. Then paraformaldehyde, you can see, as I told you that it is a oligomer, means more than 2, or you can say as written on the slide, 8 to 100 monomers are joined together to form this particular molecules. Then and again it is insoluble in most of the solvents, why trioxanes are soluble. Okay. Methendiol, you can see in place of oxygen, double bonded oxygen, here two hydroxyl group are added on the carbon. So, methendiol. So, 4 different forms of the formaldehyde exist, and the very important molecule is formalin, okay, which is a saturated water solution of about 40% formaldehyde, okay, by volume or by 37% by mass is called the 100% formalin. So, this point is very important, it can come into the 2 marks question. So, what is formalin? So, you just reply that is a saturated water solution of about 40% formaldehyde volume or 37% by mass is called 100% formalin. Okay. Then important is this point is again important, that when treated with phenol, urea and melamine, formaldehyde produce respectively hard thermoset phenol formaldehyde resin, which have tremendous use in the industry. Okay. Thermoset phenol formaldehyde resins and the urea formaldehyde resins, when treated with the phenol, it give phenol formaldehyde resins, when treated with urea it gives urea formaldehyde resin. These polymers which is being prepared from the formaldehyde, permanent adhesive used in the plywood and carpetings. Okay. Then another important use is disinfectant and the biocides. So, aqueous solution of formaldehyde can be useful in as disinfectants, as it kills most of the bacteria and fungi. Okay. It can also be used as additive in vaccine manufacturing to inactive toxins and pathogens. Then this is the important point, you should remember that formaldehyde is also approved for use in the manufacturers of animal feed in the USA. It is an antimicrobial agent used to maintain complete animal feeds or feeds ingredients salmonella negative for up to 21 days. So, these are all about the formaldehyde and paraldehydes. So, students, I hope the information provided by me on formaldehyde and paraldehydes will be very useful for you. So, thank you so much. We will meet in the next lecture with some another important topic of your syllabus. So, thank you so much. Thank you.